Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Plays Super Loco World. This is another Steam Next Fest demo. I had one prepared for before this, but the game itself was very poorly translated, perhaps machine translated. It didn't make any sense what we were doing, and I made a lot of fun of it because I couldn't figure out what was going on. I just didn't really like the overall tone of the video. So this is our makeup. This is Super Loco World. This is a very simple train automation game. If you've ever played any of the Anno games, I think you'll kind of understand what we're going on with. We're going to run through the tutorial real quick. This is our Super Loco engine. This thing has the ability to raise islands in the water here. You see we're kind of stuck in an ocean. This is how we're going to expand, and it's procedurally generated. We're going to generate islands out of nowhere, and then populate them ourselves with our train stations and whatnot. First, it wants us to build a railway in the settlement. Here is where we want to go. We have planks and flour. This is kind of interesting already. Mouse wheel is my turn. I'm gonna go here, perhaps. And then it wants us to build flour right off the bat, and wood as well. Eventually this game is going to have some expansion. I think this is what I want. And then this one I think I want to go across the water. Alright. Choose any traffic light just to check the stopping conditions. This game is all about programming and logic. Maybe not programming, but the logic of trains so that you can automate your routes and make it all happen nice and clean. Basically, if something comes in with goods, it's going to drop off the goods. Build rails to connect the stations. Okay. I'm going to click here, go here. Trains like straight lines. And unfortunately, that's a bridge. So let me go ahead and destroy that. Because that kind of goes off the terrain here, is going to start building a bridge. So I need to come this way like that. A couple of quick turns, but we got some long straight lines. Let me take this take that weird shape out of there. After that, you want to again straight line back. So I think here, and then something to like here. Like that. Cool. Nice long straight line so our trains can get up to speed. This guy, I think I'm going to come off of here. Oop. So I just thought of something that I'll get into in a second. The merges in this game are a little silly. If you want to make a decision, you have to come straight into a T. Which is super annoying. For example, this guy coming out here. I don't think I've decided what direction these tracks are going yet. If I wanted this guy to come out here and decide, I would actually need to destroy this. Have the track go something like this, and then like this. And this is what my track would look like. Right, so now here, this is where I can put in my automatic junction switcher. And this can decide to go either left or right. If I were to come from the other angle, I would only be able to leave it straight or switch it off of something. And then I would never be able to switch it back aside from manually. So very weird interaction with like junctions, essentially. But now that I know what direction these loops are going, this very simply comes straight back into here. Replace this with a straight cross. This will always come back in, and that's good. I've got my two loops. We're all pretty straight. Not too many turns aside from like here. Build a depot. Depot is where we start our trains from. I think this makes sense. Does it make sense? I think your depot doesn't want to be on the main line. So let me do something like this. And then I can have this merge in. Like this. And then it turns into the loop. It's going to have to go through the wood once. But then once it's on the loop, it'll be fine. Buy a train, add 4 semi-wagons for flour. Here's a train. These are the semi-wagons that accept flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for fun, I'm going to color it yellow. I guess it wanted me to repaint the train anyways. Start the train by clicking on it. Bam. Now it wants us to stop it with a right click, and even put it into reverse by continuing to right click. There it goes. Now it wants us to make our first flour delivery to the town. Let me actually put this to full speed. So, for this decision, I actually have to already add the other action. I want it to go right if it has flour. So I click this always. If it's wagon type, accepts flour, I want it to turn. If the wagon type is a flatbed, I want it to go towards the wood. So now you can see if the train has flour acceptance, it'll turn right down to the flour mill. If it has wood, it'll turn left towards the wood. Increase the game speed is our other tutorial. I'm going to set it up to 3. And also I'm going to get ahead of the game. I have to put in fuel. Since fuel forces the train to stop, you want to put it off the main line. If I put it right here or here on the city, every train coming through is just going to clog off the entire line. Now, if I only have one train running on these dedicated loops, only one train is going to be held up at a time. Traffic light needed a refuel. I can set how much fuel it takes to stop the train. If I feel like it needs to stop at 25%, then I can do that. Otherwise, 50% is pretty safe. Click on the railway station near town to see what goods are in demand. So they are currently asking just for grain. They want 4 units of it. They use 1 unit every, every minute or so. We are definitely satisfying that demand, so as soon as this bar down here fills, you can even see this guy has 2 cars of grain that he didn't unload because the town doesn't need it yet. Which is fine. You can just keep running, keep them satisfied. I can also go back to my main island, and this will show you what my mission goals are. I don't know if the game's going to have a wide or a big campaign to it. Maybe it'll be instanced in like separate missions. Right now we only have 4 goals, the 4th one being hidden. First, we want to develop a town to level 2, and then we'll get a world goal completed. Then to level 3, we'll get another world goal. And those are just going to kind of help keep us on track, if you'll pardon the pun. Deliver more goods. To unlock the town upgrade, we've gotten there. We can upgrade it for 4K, we will. That just makes the town accept more goods. It'll use the goods it needs faster. Little tricky to sometimes deselect something. Buy another train that had 7 platforms for planks. So we're going to get another workhorse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the platforms for getting the wood. And then we're already ready to start this guy. We set up our decision earlier, so this guy's going to keep on doing the grain. This guy's going to start taking planks now from our lumber mill. There's a bit of a junction here that might cause some issues, but with only 2 trains, it should be okay. And then watch this decision. Boom. Clean. Receive a contribution of 5,000 from grateful migrants. Like I said, for completing the first world goal, we get a bonus of 5k. Now it just wants us to get to level 3. We're satisfying wood, we're satisfying food, so we just need to wait a little bit here. I know for a fact, eventually we're going to need more grain. When that time comes, I'll probably just sell this guy. Or actually, I might even be able to bring him back into this station and then just upgrade him. I'm not sure. I did do a mission on my own just to kind of see how the game is. I didn't try upgrading a train. I just sold them when I needed to make a change. I don't know why that one car is highlighted, but it's fine. We're already on speed 3, we can't go any faster. Look at this guy zooming in. That's the power of straight lines, baby. And the turns, slow it down. Almost there. We have the 8k we need. Alright, raise an island that has whirlwind planks. So now, we unlocked another island. I know they're going to want to go to the city, so I'm going to try and put this relatively close. Maybe something like this. But we want to come in from this way. Maybe this is best. It feels like it's going to be such a long bridge to get over here, but it's fine. Alright, so I need... wool is right here, planks are right here. Probably something like this, just going straight over there. And wool... this is a bit of a spoiler. I know wool you don't need too much of, so I think I'm going to have a very short loop for wool. Alright, let's get our tracks down. There we go. I guess I'd want to come off of here. And like that. So I'm going to put a decision tree in there. And then... let me... like this, like that. And I can make this. Not enough money. So we don't have enough to make a bridge that big. But eventually there will be a decision here. Um... Let me buy one of these. With 4 of these. And... Oops. Oh, that got blue. This is the nifty moonbeam. I don't think this is very good programming practice, but you can tell it to switch when you find the correct name. So basically, everything except Nifty Moonbeam is going to go down this track. Nifty Moonbeam is going to switch and just loop infinitely. Nifty Moonbeam, we're going to want some fuel. And we can put it right after its thingy, because it's not going to do anything fancy. Here you can see wool only uses 4, and it consumes it 1 at a time. Grain has upgraded to take a full 8, and it takes 2 at a time now, so we want to upgrade the Dandy Peaches if we can. How do I want to do that? I think just for one loop. Now, I want... Let me pause the game real quick. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to add an ore here. Just for Dandy Peaches. So first, this is the highest priority. It'll turn left if it's a flatbed or the Dandy Peaches. Then, it'll decide if it's a grain cart, it'll move it to the right. This should give me a pretty easy way to stop just my grain car for the upgrade. And I'm going to slow it down. Good turn left. It does. And then I want to stop him. In reverse. Will you reverse into there? You will. Perfect. Please keep reversing. I can upgrade it. Okay. There we go. Dandy Peaches is now fully upgraded. Going off the rails. This is interesting. I think I need to build out that track a bit so you can get back on. Are you happy now? Can you get out of here? No. Oh, yeah, perfect. Cool. So now that's taken care of. I think I'm gonna have to delete this whole thing. So let me pause it again. Let me delete this one too, just to make it look a little nicer. Go left if you are flatbed. And go right. You are grain. Left for a flatbed. Right for grain. That looks good. Put the move back on. And we can crank it back up to full. Alright, so this guy's got nothing at the moment. He's got to go pick up his load. But it looks like he'll have a full 8 when he gets there. Ah, just missed it apparently. Oh, we got it. Nice. Oh, he can only hold 7. That's right. This one wood deposit is not able to keep up with the demand of the building, the town. The other wood is over here. We just need some money from the tracks to make it over there. It does not show you how much it costs to build tracks at the moment. So hopefully they'll get that, you know, added in eventually. I guess you just have this red outline showing you that you don't have enough. I also think the game is a little unbalanced right now. Fuel costs are kind of crazy. At least in my opinion. I can actually show it. If I go to the town and click on this eye. Oh, wool is worth 149, which is not a lot. But planks and flour are worth 325, 300 apiece. That's way better than my other game. My other game, everything was like perfectly even at 250. So nothing made any difference. It was just miserable the whole way through. 10k is still not enough. And there you go, 1740 for a train refuel. You can see it up here. 1740 is about what a full load of a train is worth. And some of my cars aren't bringing full loads in, so we're struggling. We're struggling hard. It might not even be worth it to run the wool train. I'm just gonna put him on a stop. I want to watch and see if his fuel goes down for being idle. It does feel like it's decreasing. I might be crazy though. Well, we'll come back to that in a second then. It just doesn't make sense to run the wool with how cheap it is. I'm not ready to upgrade the town, so I don't need to worry about that right now. Oh, thank God. Gosh, I wonder just for now, maybe I do something like that. As soon as we get $1,000, I'm gonna purchase a train. This is gonna be a platform train, Wistful Firefly. So the way it's gotta work. Wistful Firefly will come up here. And then I need it to come down the grain path, so I'm gonna just give it a name. The firefly will also take this path. Then this is so messy, but it'll save us some time. If you are firefly, you're gonna turn right. Otherwise, go left. And then I'm gonna let the grain pass through before I set this up. Switch to the right if you are a firefly. Otherwise, go back. So firefly is gonna come through the loop. Gonna take the right. Why did you do that? Oh, I forgot to hit OK here, I guess. Alright. So if you're the firefly, you're gonna turn right. Otherwise, you're gonna go left for the grain guy. So firefly's gonna come right. And then once again, right. The firefly, no matter how it goes through this loop, will go through this loop. I can put a fuel depot. I want it to go flying on the way back. But I can slow it down on the way in. Like this. Alright. Yeah, I guess if they're idle, they don't take anything. Cool, we got our full 7 on that. So I say this guy's ready to go. He's gonna take one loop through here, pick those up. He's gonna come down here. He's not the nifty moonbeam, so he's gonna go to the right. He has a flatbed, so he'll go to the left. Let me move this up then. So grain will go to the right, or the firefly will go to the right. And then flatbeds will go to the left. Here's the firefly. Oh, you gotta go full speed, brother. You ain't got time for that. Here, only the firefly will go to the right. That's just gonna shortcut through the grain so we don't get in this guy's way. Then we're gonna take a quick left. Come back on the track we rode in on. Yep, indeed. Gotta go a little slow there. There's a lot of turns. But then you come flying down the track. You pick up your wood. Come straight out. One last turn and we're on our way. I liked how these two kind of crossed while this guy was waiting. You can see we're getting all of our money for this now. This guy's bringing in the grain for us. I'm going to try and put in signals. See if I can make this really smart. I want you to pause if there's another train at here, or there's another train at here. And then I don't think I need these to pause at all. Let's review that. There's a train there. Let's go ahead and make it like this. And this one Make it like that. Ooh, okay. This is annoying that this guy blocks this guy. So let's move this fuel station up a bit. And even put it like on the turn here, I think. Nope. That did not work. So this guy only has his stop right here. This guy was like here-ish, while this guy was here-ish. So it was too late for him to stop. And even if he could, I wouldn't have wanted him to because he would just block the tracks then, if he had stopped right there. He pauses because this guy was coming. That feels pretty good. It could be a little better. Oh, what happened? Why you stop here? Oh no. I've never had that happen before. So, the fuel depot assigns its own traffic light. When I deleted the old fuel depot, it left the traffic light behind, but it still had the same logic where the train was supposed to stop at 50%. It did everything right. It stopped at the light, but there was no longer a traffic depot there, so there was no point. I think I'm ready to start running this guy again. We need these goods to eventually upgrade the town. Actually, is it already ready? Even without the wool, it's ready to go. This part of the game took me forever on my other one. Because, again, the wool... Everything was worth the exact same, so even though I was required to deliver like 3 times as much wood, I wasn't getting paid 3 times as much. So I had to prioritize everything equally, and wool just was such a drag. Really, really slowed things down. But man, that was cool. I'm glad I got that way more efficient than my first play. I think maybe I could run this guy at like half speed, so that he doesn't get in people's way. Oh, what happened here? You absolute goon. Turn left if it's the Firefly. Oh, the other train hadn't made it through. Frick. So what I can do... Alright, let me pause real quick. We'll fix this, and I'll show you guys how that can work. Honestly, I think it's as easy as this. It looks super messy, but coming back, he's going to take the left. So this... We'll never have something coming back through it, hopefully. So it's okay to make its decisions as it did before. We're going to have a big slowdown here, but we're already kind of making a bunch of turns and decisions, so that's not surprising. I hate this. This guy should not get priority ever. So, I can do something like this. And this guy's going to have roughly the same pause conditions. There's a train. There's a train coming down the tracks. You don't get to go. You stay out of their way. So here's the train coming. It did not affect the light. I thought it would do a visual, but maybe only if this guy's coming and it has to trigger that. Like, let's just go nuts with it. If there's anything even coming close to the station, like, you wait your turn. That's how little I care about wool. He's coming in. And gives 0 Fs about there being a train there. That guy paused. Good. Those two ran into each other. It's whatever. Yo! They upgraded, so now, wood and iron makes production. Well, not in this game. Let me see. Yeah, there are no hidden iron deposits that just popped up. So eventually my Sarni city would start producing something. Maybe, I don't know, charcoal? And we can deliver that somewhere. Wood plus iron. Maybe the furniture. I don't know. I wonder if the prices are dynamic. I think they are. Flour has come down from like 300-ish. Maybe because we've been delivering it so regularly. Planks are still very expensive. Maybe it just changes over time. It doesn't have to do with supply or demand, really. Anyways, it's an interesting game. Very light, very easy to pick up and put down. The decision making's pretty fun. Although I wonder if there's a better way than having to make these T-junctions. I'm actually pretty happy with this loop down here. That saved us a lot. We honestly could have done the same over here. But I don't know how we would have... I guess it just would have had a decision here to go left. I don't know. Let's play with it. See what we can see. Need to wait for this train to move first. Let me pause it. So this could have faced like that if, what was it, the nifty moonbeam was coming through. Otherwise, just go straight. Otherwise, make no action. And then down here, from this direction, this guy would say, well, I guess if it was the return path of just a Nifty, it would just be left. But then Nifty would have to go through this whole loop to come back to here to go back again. So that's why I don't mind splitting it off the back here. We could have if we wanted to. And here I think it made sense because we're just kind of like coming off the main loop and then coming back onto the main loop. This little one-way, reversible one-way made sense. This splitting off makes sense because you want to come out and then back into the station. Having to try to leave and re-enter and come back in at the back end of the station is not what you want to have happening. Well, I guess it's not. Now, we're still splitting off the path and then coming back onto the path right before the station, so that still works. It just raises the question of how do you get back onto that? And because it's so close to the station, it's awkward to leave and then have to come back in. They take a lot of decisions and splits. We could split one off of like right here maybe, make a shortcut. That's going to really congestion this area. We're going to have a lot of stopping at intersections and things like that. Super annoying. Just get that little guy out of the way because he's very invaluable to us. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Super Loco World. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like that game, go ahead and wish this on Steam. It's not out yet, obviously, still in the demo phases, but you can try it out your own. If you like that episode, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening. Goodbye.